And so here's two things that I think can help you with managing anxiety in public. One is breathwork and one is a self-awareness technique. For the breathwork, all you're gonna do is exhale during the hard part. If you're familiar with stretching or fitness at all, it's very common that you exhale when you go deeper into the stretch. So you inhale and then exhale and you go deeper into your splits or deeper into whatever it is that you're doing. I took that same logic and applied it to when I'm out and about. So I used it when I was at the dentist one time where they were about to stick me with something that made me uncomfortable. And every time they were about to poke me, I did a relatively deep, decently slow exhale. It doesn't have to be the slowest, but it should be like slowly decompress during the hard part, during the peak, during the part that you would feel the most anxious, during the part where you feel the most buildup, right at that peak. I have to inhale to show you the exhale. That's why I'm like breathing in first. But exhale during that part. I use it when I'm driving all the time. If I have to make an uncomfortable turn or change or whatever, I will exhale during that. Like as I'm applying the gas, I'm like exhaling through it. Slow breaths and slow exhales help your body to feel safe. It teaches your body or it shows your body that it is safe. And so that is why I like to apply it for situations. Sorry, girl, I thought there was something on my plant. That's why I like to apply it to situations where my body clearly feels the least safe. Now, the second tip, like I said, requires some self awareness and for you to be able to identify your feelings of anxiety as early as possible before they're too overwhelming and in your face and you're starting to just feel flooded with emotion. Identify really quickly when you start to feel them and then figure out why. When my body or when our bodies feel fight or flight or any type of anxiety, it is perceiving typically is perceiving that there is some type of threat, some type of danger. You're starting to feel unsafe for whatever reason. Maybe you feel like you're about to lose something, miss out on something, something's gonna happen, someone's gonna do something you don't like, you're gonna hurt yourself, whatever. And so my job is to figure out, is there a real threat? If I feel that sensation in my body, I'm not just automatically shutting it down, but I am assessing like, is this an appropriate response given the situation? So, for example, there was a guy standing too close to me today when I was in line. In my opinion, he was too close. And I could tell I was starting to feel subtle feelings of anxiety, anxiousness about that. And so I'm like, okay, so where's this coming from? Are you afraid that you're not going to get your food? Are you afraid that this guy's going to cut in front of you? Okay, even if this guy does cut in front of you, you're still going to get your food. Everything's going to be all right. Or is this guy a real danger? Like I said, it's not about just shutting yourself down. Sometimes you'll feel anxiety about something or somebody because there's a valid reason to feel that. This guy, there was no danger. But my point being is to, in that moment, you can identify the things and outcomes that you don't like or don't want, and then remind your body or show your body, like, hey, bro, even if that does happen, even if homeboy does walk in front of me, or even if he does say something to me that I don't like, even if these scenarios that you don't want to happen, you will still be okay. You will still be safe. You will still get your food or whatever it is that you're here doing. Everything is still fine. I also want to toss in there that it's critical that you're not judging yourself or putting yourself down in these moments. Even if you aren't successful and then you do start to feel anxious and then you do have to go through calming yourself down or whatever, that's okay. And next time, you'll get it next time. If you don't get it next time, you'll get it the time after that. That self forgiveness, self love, and self patience, I believe, is critical for actually seeing improvement in this part of your life. Your job is not to sit there and harp on yourself and be like, why are you still feeling this way? I thought we grew past this. I thought we didn't care about this anymore. That's not your job. Your job is to sit there, identify maybe the outcomes that you're a little concerned about, see and remind yourself that you're still safe even given those outcomes, calm yourself down, remind yourself that you're safe, and move on. Ooh, and as a bonus tip, exhaling extremely slow. Like so slow that you can't really feel that you're exhaling at first, but you know that air is being released and then eventually you can start to feel, but extremely as slow as you possibly can. And you're going to want to override it. You're going to want to just like get this over with. The training and the beauty is in the patience to keep yourself in that really slow exhale as it slowly goes out and you're sitting with it. You can do that as a reset at any point. You can do that even if you just finished rushing for somewhere and you have a lot of heightened adrenaline and emotion. You can do that literally at any point of the day. while you're walking, while you're driving, just to reset yourself. When you breathe slowly, when you inhale and exhale slowly like that, you are telling your body that it is safe. You are directly accessing your parasympathetic nervous system. And I wasn't even a breathwork girly for the longest. So the fact that I'm on here telling y'all to do some breath work. Anyways, if you have the patience and you can sit there or stand there or walk or whatever and do an extra slow exhale, you will feel the difference when you are done with that breath.